Today I'm going to be editing. Let's see, is this? Alright, we're good. Alright, so today I'm going to be editing one of these, and let's make one of these ones. So I have this, and we're just going to go into develop and reset. Alright, so we got this. It's an okay image. So the first thing that I'm going to do, I'm in Lightroom today, and so I've ASSHOT ISO 800, not recommended, but I had a moving subject and I didn't want them to be super blurry, so I got their feet instead, and f 9.9, so that I could get this in the background. I was hoping to get actual lights on it, but it didn't work. So I have some of my custom presets right here, but we're not going to be using these today. These are all mine that I created. This is probably the most urban white is what I use most of the time. This is my personal one that I made, and if you want to know how to make this, comment below urban white, and I will make a tutorial on that, because this is one of my favorite ones, but I don't use it often. So yeah, today we're going to do edit. So the first thing, so the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to bring up the highlights. Alright, so the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to bring up the highlights, and then bring up the shadows a little bit, and then maybe bring down these whites. Actually, bring down the whites, and then bring down, bring down these. Okay, and that's looking pretty good right now. You still can't see detail in there. I don't think you'll ever be able to. Oh, maybe you will. I don't know. We're just gonna leave it like that. So now I'm gonna brighten it up, maybe just a little bit. Bring out the blacks. Okay, something like that. Now I'm going to go in clarity. I usually like a punch, like not a whole ton punch like that, but like maybe like that. That looks good. Vibrance, we'll leave that alone. I usually leave that alone at first. Now the tone curve. This is one of the most important things of my images. So like how you get this is you like click this thing. Now I'm just going to say this is not a beginner's tutorial. This is anyone who's used Lightroom before. So I'm going to press this, and I'm going to move it right around there, and then I'm going to bring this down, and then bring this, and this is what we call an S-curve, and put it like that, and maybe brighten up the whole image again. Okay, so now usually what I use is colors to make my images like more interesting, but we're going to actually use split toning, and we're going to change the shadows to this bluish. This is what I used on the on one of these images down here. Okay, gonna bring this up. Actually, this is how you get like the Instagram fade. If you don't like it, you can always just like remove it, but I honestly like it a little bit. Okay, so, and then maybe new vibrance. No, we can just edit that in color. So one of the most important things that I always do to my images is edit the color. Now, either like make it brighter or lighter. Like as you can see, this blue, it's very annoying and very not needed. So we're going to go down here and remove this blue, and we're gonna make the luminance of the blue brighter. Alright, so now I'm going to also make the reds nicer, like that. Okay, and then the green, I think I might, it doesn't look like it's doing anything. Now you can always change the hue of these. I sometimes do it, but I try not to do it like super hard, but that seems okay. And I rarely look at the sliders. I just like feel around what looks nice. And okay, that doesn't look bad. So now I'm going to enable profile corrections and remove chromatic aberrations. Now I think there is a little too much purple, so I'm going to go back up here and turn down the purples a little bit, and also not all the way, but like that, and then bring them up so that they aren't seen as well. And yeah, this is an okay image, not really like it's okay. And then I'm going to go down back here and bring this up a little bit more, and we get something like this. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to remove this part right here, make it blue, and desaturate it a little bit. Alright, and then, oops, brighten this up a little bit. Put a graduated filter on the bottom here. Turn it down a little bit, and turn down the shadows, and maybe bring up the highlights just a bit, like that, and maybe make it less darker, something like that. Okay, so that's actually not the original, but we're gonna turn what down? Turn that down. There we go, something like that. It actually doesn't look that good. There we go, something like that. That's perfect. So the original, we're gonna copy and paste this real quick onto the original, which is this one. Okay, so this is the original. So we got a moody photo in 5 minutes. If you need a pause, you can do that. And if you want a like detailed tutorial, I can also do that. And if you want the presets, I can also do that. But let me know in the comments below what you want, and I will do it. Yeah, hope you guys have a good day.